Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with your final hot take of the day, blasting through the headlines. Most of them are about Maxine Waters, so I don't know what's left, but let's see what we can pick through here. Minecraft developer says it wants pixelated games to inspire players to fight against racial inequities and climate change. Yeah, I know when I'm mucking around in Minecraft, that's what I think about. What are you gonna do? What? Why? Why would you say these things? It's just unbelievable. Half of Americans over 18 have received at least one vaccine, according to the CDC. A lot of people in that group probably don't even need them, but whatever. Major black leaders come out in support of voter ID, slam totally oblivious white liberals. It's from CD Media, but good. Good. I'm glad somebody's saying it. Tons of Maxine Waters. I mean, she's just like on every headline on Gab. Chris Christie, big fat failure, as I call him. GOP has to start calling Biden a liar. Oh, well, thanks, Christie. Thanks. Please just stay out of politics. Lowering the bar. 51 West Point cadets are caught cheating but will be allowed to remain in academy. That's from Big League Politics. I assume that's true. I mean, it'd be pretty bad if they reported it and it was completely not true, but that just seems bad. GOP reps Green, Gosar try to distance themselves from Anglo-Saxon traditions document. Look, it sounds bad, especially to people who are just sensitive about race and gender. You should have used the word like English tradition, something like that. There's nothing wrong with the Anglo-Saxon. I guess you thought it would probably be better than saying white, which obviously it would be, but you know, in this climate, if you're going to say something like that, you got to be prepared to stick with it at all costs. And there's nothing racist about saying that, although some people would try to say, yes, that's kind of racist. No, not really. You know, it's no more or less racist than saying the Black Caucus or the Women's Caucus or anything like that. COVID quarantine confirmed that sleeping in separate beds is the best thing for my marriage. Okay, NBC News once again. I don't know what they're trying to do. You know, it used to be that the right would say things like this, and people would go, "Oh, shut up, shut up. Oh, you should sleep in separate beds." You know, like Mary Tyler Moore and Dick Van Dyke on their old TV show. And have as little sex as possible. I mean, this is how bad the left is. They've come full circle. They're supporting this. They're supporting segregation. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Antifa BLM marchers block street and assault man trying to get home in Minnesota. Police rush in to arrest the man. Yep. And that's because it's easier to arrest one guy than a mob of people. And that's why you gotta get out of Minnesota. And Minneapolis. Just get out. Let the place collapse. Let them burn the whole place down. You know, that's what Maxine Waters apparently wants. And if you're on the left and you're participating in this, you ought to be ashamed. Because what happens is, in a mob, not everybody can hear, but somebody says, "Oh, that guy," or whatever. Maybe they're pointing him out for a reason, or maybe they're just saying, "Oh, that guy has a backpack just like mine." And then somebody kind of half hears it and says, "What? What's the deal with that guy? Is he a racist? Somebody's a racist?" And then it goes through the crowd like that, and by the time it gets to the guys in the back, they're like, "Get that racist." Then the guys in the front who didn't hear the transition go, "Oh, okay." And that's how you get mob justice. That's how, you know, it worked the same way back in the day. You know, when a racist would do it. They were paranoid about race too. The right wingers, I would guess you would call them. I guess you'd call them right. Not really. They were just old racist. They were paranoid about race too. They're just paranoid the other way. They'd heard all these horrible stories about people of color, and they believed, at least them, part of them, because everybody else was saying it, because people are sheep. Get mad again. Utah reporter stalks paramedic at his home to out him and harass him on why he donated to the defense fund for Kyle Rittenhouse. Because Kyle Rittenhouse is innocent. You know, when you shoot a guy who's been convicted of child molestation and he dies, usually they give you a medal. Kyle Rittenhouse was defending himself. It's very clear. It's been, even the New York Times agrees on that. The New York Times is out of their friggin' tree as far as I'm concerned. So, Utah reporter, what the F are you doing? What is wrong with you? I hope you're sued. I hope you're sued. Successfully. Maxine Waters. There's like, no lie, there's like 6 or 7 headlines with Maxine Waters, and they're not the same media. USA Today, rifles used in FedEx attack were purchased legally, and that's the brony. The brony who did that. Messed up. Biden's administration now putting religious freedom on hold. Samantha Power, President Biden's, she's awful, in my view. Choice to head the U.S. Agency for International Development, literally wrote the book on America's poor record of fighting genocides around the world. I don't even want to read that. It's Samantha Power is one of the worst people. She's just one of those people. She thinks she's going to be the first female president. God forbid. God forbid she get elected to anything. But she somehow keeps ending up in the Democrats' orbit. Just terrible. Black man confronted by Army drill sergeant is mentally ill. Well, I'm not surprised. I read an article, I forget who wrote it, about that incident. And it turned out that the kid who got confronted by the Army drill sergeant has a history of coming to that neighborhood and not acting appropriately, in my view. And he may have he allegedly has sexually assaulted at least one woman or kid. No one's quite sure. I don't know. It's, the video went viral, but it wasn't about race. Look, any man would do what that drill sergeant did, especially the drill sergeant, because he's probably a man's man, right? I mean, he's a drill sergeant. He ain't no wallflower. So somebody's walking around your neighborhood, possibly molesting kids and acting weird. Or possibly, I don't know if she was a kid. I think she was pretty young. I think she was a teenager. This is what happens all the time. Beat the hell out of one of these guys. Now, again, that's not a great system, but somebody should be looking out for these kids because perverts exist. So, what would you do? What would you do if you saw a kid, be messed around like that by even another teenager? Would you just do nothing? Oh, I'll call the police while I watch. No, you go over there and say, hey, stop that. DOJ sues Roger Stone, alleging nearly $2 million in unpaid taxes. I guess. Leave Roger Stone alone. I mean, how many times are you going to go after this guy? He doesn't have a TV show. He's just a guy. Powerful blast rocks Latin America's largest explosive-grade ammonium nitrate plant. I thought it said ammunition plant. Well, that's not good. That's not good. This was very sad. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday. Prince Philip funeral. Tearful Charles, I think that's his brother, follows coffin with Prince Anne, Andrew, and Edward. That's sad. Sad his brother died. I mean, look, they're rich, but still. I mean, Philip was an icon in the family for a long time. It's hard to lose a family member. It really is. Mercer U, theology prof's prayer, Dear God, please let me hate white people. What is wrong with you? theology professor Chaniqua Walker. A theology professor? What is wrong with you? I think I read this story before. This is from Breitbart. It's just wrong. This is absolutely wrong. She should be fired. She shouldn't be reprimanded. She should be fired. She is someone who's supposed to be molding young minds. Is that the way you want your kid's mind to be molded? Oh, you should hate white people? She's a theology professor. That college should fire her. Fire her immediately, I say. All right, and again, there's all the same headlines. Maxine Waters, the head of the Dalton School. Joe Biden now describes migrant rush on the border as crisis. Yeah, he did. I saw the video. He's like coming off the golf course, and somebody asked him, and he goes, "Oh, look, the crisis at the border." Aha! He said crisis. It's like, okay, this guy can barely make a sentence. I mean, he called the guy who won the Masters, the Japanese guy who won the Masters, he called him a Japanese boy. So he's not exactly known for being exact with his words. So whatever. I mean, it's not that big of a scoop, but I think we all know it's a pretty big crisis on the border. Suspect sought after 3 dead in Wisconsin tavern shooting. Not good. NFL prospect under fire for allegedly wearing an Obama costume. Okay. Who cares? I mean, Justin Trudeau runs Canada, and he hasn't been caught in blackface just once. He's been caught multiple times. Okay? And he's still running Canada. So can we get past that? All right? That's a political thing. It's not a racial thing. People who didn't like Obama for his politics aren't racist. Yes, a few people made racist statements about Obama and Michelle Obama. I disavow those. I don't condone those. But if you don't like Obama, it's okay not to like Obama. He was a president. I don't like Obama. I think he was a big phony. Yes, Joe. Maxine Waters. Chris Cuomo. Fentanyl is here. Las Vegas suffers 200% surge in overdose deaths. Not good. Not good. Over to the post-millennial. Witch Hunter. NYT residence inquisitor asks audience to give her dirt to cancel YouTube and TikTok influencers. Lorenz has received a great deal of criticism for her reporting in the past, having a track record of making false and misleading public statements about people she has reported on. Look how happy she is. Taylor Lorenz. The New York Times took to Twitter on Sunday to ask her followers to provide her information on online influencers who deserve to be reported on. Who are they? She says, if you had any experiences with any big creator, YouTube star, TikTok star, including Jake Paul, that you think deserve to be reported on, please DM me. I would love to talk and hear your personal experiences in the creator world. Yeah, you would love for people to do your job. What, baby? You all right? You feeling better? Oh, there she is. Look, everybody, it's little Joan in her haircut. You feeling cold? You warmed up now? Yeah, we're going to have dinner soon. Yeah. Oh, you're nice and free of all the fluff. Free of all the fluff. We got to get your collar back on. So, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, NYT's probably desperate for readers. Vandals smear pig blood on home once owned by Derek Chauvin, defense witness. So, the defense witness doesn't live there. He's just the defense witness, but they smeared it with blood. Yeah, exactly. This is a home in Santa Rosa, California. He used to live there, but no longer does so. Yeah, that makes so much sense. George W. Bush, Trump lacked the humility necessary to be an effective leader. Oh, thanks, idiot. You want to talk about somebody I will openly call a moron? George W. He's a moron. He was the worst president in U.S. history. He has no business reporting on anybody. Do not rebuild the reputation of this man. Hundreds of thousands of Iraqis died because of him, needlessly. I know, Joe. I know. I'm ranting. We're almost done. A couple more stories. Michael Savage warns of civil war. You should be very frightened. Have you been watching Tim Pool videos? Discussing everything from culture and immigration to race and violence, foreign policy and the media, as well as the economy and private concerns, conservative radio legend Michael Savage on Friday warned of a civil war which awaits the U.S. if the left continues to launch assaults on all that Americans hold dear. No, we need to stand up to them. Minnesota, Minneapolis, you need to clear the streets. You need to arrest these protesters. Look at what they're doing. They're running around, they're smashing things, they're lighting things on fire, they're throwing things at cops. That's illegal. Arrest them. Arrest them, put them in jail, let them go through the process. If they get out, they get out. Prosecute them, though. Prosecute them. Right, Little John? But I'd like to end on, as they say, a white pill. DC's Trump's post-DC plan takes shape with rollout of America First funding policy, messaging arms. America's First funding policy, messaging arms. With eyes on 2022 midterms, former president hopes to make Washington more Republican and GOP more Trumpian. Nearly 3 months after Donald Trump's departure from the White House, he plans for a politically active post-presidential role coming into public focus after comparatively quiet first 5 weeks, yeah, I guess, in Palm Beach, Florida, following a Final Five in Washington plagued by all sorts of chaos. Trump stirred up excitement in late February at the annual Conservative Political Action Conference, where he addressed an enthusiastic crowd for 90 minutes, and where his speech was yeeted off of YouTube. Most prominently, the former president's leadership PAC, the Save America PAC, which has a war chest totaling more than $85 million heading into the second quarter of this year. That sums position Trump's to make hefty impact. About to sneeze. Good. Hefty impact we need. Trump has made it his mission, doggy, not only to assist Republicans in their effort to reclaim power in Washington, but to select candidates from across the country to primary those he views as out of sync with America First platform. The former president is already deploying resources to help unseat GOP incumbents. Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, whose primary opponent, Kelly DeShiba, has hired several former top Trump campaign advisors. Yeah, that'll be an easy win. I think that'll be an easy win for them. It's Alaska. They're red. They're red, doggy. Who else? Challenging incumbents who voted to impeach Trump, including Wyoming Rep. Liz Cheney. Yeah, that's another state. I think it'll be an easy win. Adam Kinzinger. Please get rid of him. God, what a mouth. Rep. Jamie Herrera, Buter, Washington. I don't know, but, Washington. Are vying for the support of Team Trump. Top Trump communications advisor Jason Miller recently told Just the News AM that the former president is seeking out candidates who are first and foremost American First conservatives. This means that someone who supports conservative grassroots when it comes to more populist positions on trade agreements, trying to get out of some of these endless wars, and to make sure we're not throwing big, massive breaks to fat cats on Wall Street and D.C., Miller said. We're looking for someone to actually boost up the working class men and women in America. Yes! Oh, it's like a breath of fresh air reading this article. This is from Just the News. We're not looking to defeat Republicans who are in districts where if they lose the primary, the seat is going to a Democrat. Okay. We can win races in South Carolina. We can beat Liz Cheney in Wyoming and Murkowski in Alaska. Absolutely you could. Absolutely, I agree. So, yeah, this is great news. Great news. But most importantly, you got to take back Congress. You got to take it back. Here, I'm going to put you on the floor, John. Okay? You got to take back the Congress in 2022 and impeach who's ever there. Just impeach him. Don't even wait on it. Just MTG. I think she's on point. Impeach. There's the old man or the cranky old witch. Impeach them. Get rid of them. Now, if it's Biden, you got to worry, because if you impeach him, you're going to have to be ready to impeach Harris right behind him. I wonder if you can impeach both at the same time. I don't think you can. But I mean, what's stopping her from the moment she gets to be president, immediately getting a vice president? Like, that should be, if I was her, that would be the first thing I would do, right? I don't think everybody moves up, right? But impeach. So good. Trump is doing what he should be doing. He's building up the GOP. He's shoring up the place where, unfortunately, it hurt him. It hurt him in Congress. So hopefully 2022 will turn things around. Fingers crossed. All right. I'm Tony D. I'm going to make some dinner and make sure little Joan's okay. We'll see you tomorrow.